Dear students, I, Mr. Vishal Shaha, Assistant Professor Krishna Institute of Pharmacy Karad, welcome you all to this another session on the phenols. So let's begin with our session. Learning outcomes of these sessions are, after this session, learners will be able to explain formation of sigma and pi bond in the phenol. Also, learners will be able to explain resonating structure of the phenol according to the resonance theory. Now, before proceeding to our today's part of the lecture, as you know, in previous part we have discussed about the effect of substituent on the acidity of the phenol, because we know phenols are considered as a acidic compounds because they are able to donate the hydrogen ion, while alcohols are not acidic because they are not able to donate the hydrogen ion. Now also the acidity of phenol is changes upon the changing the substituent that is present on the phenol. So there are two different types of the substituent. One is electron withdrawing group and other one is electron donating group. So when strong electron withdrawing group is present on the phenol, like for example nitro group, chloro group, cyano group, aldehydic functional group, carboxylic acid group. So if these electronic withdrawing groups are present on the phenol, the acidity of phenol is increased. Also you can see in this example, if we compare the acidity of these three products are, one is phenol, this is a one substituted, means only one substitution is present, monosubstituted compound, that is the nitrophenol. This is the nitrophenol. So if we go on increasing the presence of electron withdrawing substituent on that phenol, its acidity increases. Also, as we are going to change different substituent, this acidity goes on changing. Different substituent plays a different role in deciding the acidity. Why? Because when these substituents that are present, what they will do, they will withdraw the electrons that are present on the benzene ring, due to which the benzene ring becomes electron deficient, and to become stabilized, this benzene ring withdraws the electron from the oxygen, and due to which its oxygen's ability to bound with hydrogen or to hold that hydrogen, it decreases, because we know hydrogen is having positive charge and oxygen is having negative charge, so that there is a formation of bond between oxygen and hydrogen takes place. But as electrons on oxygen are decreasing, negativity of oxygen is decreasing, and due to which oxygen's ability to hold that proton decreases, and that's why that proton is easily detached from the oxygen, and that's why these particular phenols are acting as a acidic compounds. So this is about the effect of substituent, that is the electron withdrawing substituent. Also we have discussed about the effect of electron releasing substituent. Now we know if electron withdrawing substituents are there, acidity increases. So in opposite way, if electron releasing substituents are there, the acidity decreases. So when the electron releasing groups are present on the phenol, say for example alkyl group, methoxy group, NH2 group, the acidity of phenol is decreased. All these groups are electron releasing substituents. So these groups are classified according to our resonance theory as well as the inductive effect and the resonating effect. Here also we have seen different examples how there is a change in the acidity is observed. As we know, if we get less pKa value, that particular compound will be more acidic. So here if we compare the pKa values, here 7.2, here 9.4, here 10, 10.2, 10.3. So here we can see that the pKa value of paranitrophenol is 7.2, which is very less as compared to all these compounds. So here para-nitrophenol is more acidic. So this nitro group is more stronger electron withdrawing, and due to which it is showing this particular compound more acidic. Next to this chlorine group. Chlorine group is also electron withdrawing. That's why here as we compare the acidity of this parachlorophenol and the phenol, this is more acidic, as we can see from here pK value. So here also practically we can prove that if electron withdrawing substituents that are present, the acidity of phenol increases. Phenol is having the acidity or pK of 10. Now here methoxy group and methyl group, they are present as a substituent which are electron releasing. So here you can see pK value is increased. As here you can see pK value is increased, we can say that these compounds are lesser acidic as compared to the phenol. So that's why we can say that electron releasing group, when they are present, the acidity of phenol is decreased. So these points we have discussed in the previous part. Now let's begin with our today's session part, that is the structure of phenol. This is quite simple part where we are going to study how sigma bonds are formed, how pi bonds are formed, and the resonating structure of the phenol. Now here you can see how sigma bonds are formed in the phenol. Now we know the phenol is having a structure where the benzene ring, that is the C6H5, is attached to the OH, that is the hydroxyl group. Now as you see over here there are 4 different types of the sigma bonds that are formed in the phenol. One is between the carbon hydrogen, second is between carbon carbon, third is between carbon and oxygen, and fourth one is between the oxygen and the hydrogen. So whatever the carbon atoms that are present in the phenol are there, that is the 6 carbon atoms, all 6 carbon atoms are sp2 hybridized, so that the one carbon atom, for example here you can see this carbon atom is sp2 hybridized, this carbon is also sp2 hybridized. So this sp2 hybridized carbon atom forms a sigma bond, that is the overlapping of this sp2 hybridized orbital will takes place, and they will form a sigma bond with this carbon atom as well as with this carbon atom. So each carbon atom forms 2 sigma bond with the neighboring carbon atom, which is a sp2 hybridized state, and also this carbon atom forms another sigma bond with the hydrogen atom which is having a s orbital, that is this hydrogen atom is present in the s hybridized state. So in this way one carbon atom forms 3 sigma bond. Out of that 2 are with neighboring carbon atom, that is the sp2 carbon carbon sigma bond, and the another one, that is the third one, is sp2s carbon hydrogen sigma bond. Similarly, apart from this 5 carbon atom, this carbon atom forms another bond with the oxygen atom. This oxygen atom is present in the sp3 hybridized state. So sp2 hybridized carbon and sp3 hybridized oxygen forms a third type of the sigma bond, that is the carbon oxygen sigma bond. Remember that this oxygen atom is having 2 lone pair of electrons, but they are not involved in the deciding the aromaticity of that particular compound, because this oxygen atom is not a part of your cycle, that is the benzene. Also this oxygen atom is bonded to the hydrogen atom. This hydrogen atom is also present in the s hybridized state. So sp3 hybridized oxygen atom forms a bond with the s orbital of the hydrogen. Here you can consider it as a sp3, not sp2. So sp3 oxygen will form a bond with the s hydrogen atom, which forms another type of the bond, that is the oxygen hydrogen sigma bond. So in this way, in this structure of phenol, 4 different types of the sigma bonds are formed. Also we know that in this structure of the phenol there are 3 double bonds are present. So how these 3 double bonds are formed? Here you can see, we know that this is your sigma bond. Okay, all these 6 sigma bonds are present within the benzene ring. Now this carbon atom is present in the sp2 hybridized state. Also, each carbon atom that is present in the phenol is having one unhybridized p orbital. These are presented like this. So these unhybridized p orbitals are present perpendicular to the sigma bond. Remember that in case of benzene also we have seen, whatever the unhybridized p orbitals are there, they are perpendicular to the plane of the sigma bond. So those which are perpendicular to the plane of the sigma bond, they are only counted as pi electrons. So each carbon atom, that is the 6 carbon atoms, is having the 6 pi electrons, and due to the sidewise overlapping, this is your sidewise overlapping, and due to sidewise overlapping of the unhybridized p orbitals, there will be formation of the pi bond will takes place in the phenol, which are shown by here in the blue color. So these pi bonds, one lobe is lying upper the plane of the sigma bond and one is lying below the plane of the sigma bond, due to which pi bonds are covering over the carbon atoms that are present in the structure of the phenol. Also you can see here oxygen atom is having 2 lone pair of electron, but these lone pair of electrons are not involved in the formation of the pi molecular orbital, because this oxygen atom is not a part of the your cycling. Here this diagram shows how there will be formation of pi molecular orbital takes place in the structure of the phenol, because due to the overlapping of this particular sidewise overlapping of the p orbital, there will be formation of the plane of the sigma bond over the plane of formation of pi bond over the sigma bond, due to which a continuous circular ring is formed over the benzene ring. This is known as the pi molecular orbital, and this pi molecular orbital is responsible for circulating this particular charge, because we know that the position of the pi bond is not fixed. These pi bonds are continuously circulating, and due to which this process is very instantaneous, and that's why this circle or circular path is formed over this particular phenolic or the benzylic ring, and due to which there is a formation of a circle below the plane of this benzene ring, as well as the below upper on the above of that particular this benzene ring. In this way the pi bonds are formed in the structure of the phenol. Now this is the resonating structure of the phenol. According to the resonating theory, 4 different contributing structures are possible for the phenol. Here these structures are represented. This is actually about the phenoxide ion. We know how phenoxide ions are formed. When phenol loses a hydrogen atom, it will be converted into the phenoxide ion, and the stability of that phenol is due to this phenoxide ion. Now we know phenoxide ion is having a negative charge. First, this negative charge, that is the electrons, are shifted to this carbon atom. So the valency of this carbon atom becomes 5, and we know carbon is having 4 valency, due to which it breaks the bond with this carbon atom, because pi bonds are very easy to break. So this carbon atom gets this electrons or negative charge. Again this is unstable, so it transfers its electron to the next carbon atom. So in this way this is a continuous process, and the charge will be circulating on this ortho position carbon atom, then para position carbon atom, as well as the here again ortho position carbon atom. So in this way this charge is continuously circulating over the phenolic structure. In this way 4 different resonating structures are contributing to the phenol. So this is about the resonating structure of the phenol. So here we have seen structure of phenol as well as the resonating structure of the phenol. Thank you.